Easy way. Mohini, help me with this one. The sum of three consecutive even number.
So now do I do the okay, so x plus 1 x plus 4
Yeah, that's it.
equals 48.
Yeah. So same idea. If x is 10, the next even number is 12. And then the next one, 14.
Yeah.
Okay. When you add it all together, 3x plus 6 equals 48. Move that 6 over. And then divide. Divided by 3, you get 14. What are the smallest of these numbers? What is the smallest of these numbers? 14. So what are my three consecutive? Yeah. 14, 16, 18. Okay. 5. You bought a magazine for $5 and 4 eraser. You spent a total of $25. How much did each eraser cost? Okay, you bought a magazine for 5. So 5. You also bought 4 erasers, which you don't know the price for. Rihanna? Yeah. Yeah. So then 4e equals 20. So how much are each of those expensive erasers? $5.
That's more than a pencil.
Yeah, that's more than a pencil. Well, you want to make those corrections? You better pay up. Okay, Maria bought 7 boxes. A week later, half of all her boxes got destroyed in a fire. Tough luck. There are now only 22 boxes left. Only. With how many did she start with? Okay, Angeline and Naomi. Paying attention? Okay, so make sure you guys are all paying attention. And you, Annie, as well? Okay. Brianna, what did you write for the equation?
Bracket divided by 2 equals 22.
Okay, do we like her equation? Okay, so Maria bought 7 boxes. Yep. A week later, half of all her boxes were destroyed. So divided by 2, and now she only has 22 left.
Wait, what? Oh.
Does that make sense? She started off with this many bucks. She bought 7 more. I don't know why, for all her shoes. And then the shoes and the box all got burned. So divided by 2. And now she only has 22 boxes of shoes left. Right? How do I solve this? By multiply. Good? So x plus 7 equals 44.
And then now you take the 7 to the other side and you subtract.
Yeah, and then subtract it. So x equals 44 minus 7. What's my unit? Boxes. Right. Good job. Okay. Last two. Just going over these last two, and then I'll give you guys time to try. And then I want to go over some other stuff, and then let you guys try. Suma Lee, she won 40 super bouncy balls. Later, she gave 2 to each of her friends. Now she only has 8 left. How many friends does she have?
Zero.
I knew anyone was gonna comment on that. Okay. Okay, so how many did she start off with?
Bro, what?
40. Yeah. And then she's gonna give 2 to each of her friends. So should I add, subtract, multiply, divide? Subtract, because she's gonna give 2 to each of her friends. Okay. And now how many does she have left? Equals 8. Okay.
You make it sound so simple, but when you
But really all I was doing was like read each part of the sentence and writing the number down. So you can do that too. Alright. Move that 40 over by subtracting. So you get negative 2f equals 8 minus 40 is negative 32. Let's say you made a mistake and then you did 8 minus 40 is positive 32. So when you divide, you get a negative number. Does it make sense to have a negative number right here? No, she cannot have negative friends. That would be sad. They're, so okay, 16 more. What's my unit here? Friends. Right. And that's why I like to use meaningful variables. Okay, last one right here. Imani. She spent half of her weekly allowance playing mini golf. Why? To earn more money, her parents let her wash the car for $4. What is her weekly allowance if she ended with $12?
Is it the same one as the other one?
Yeah.
So it's like
Okay, so she spent half of her weekly allowance playing golf, so you know you're gonna supposed to divide by 2, right, somewhere. To earn more money, her parents let her wash the car for $4. What is her weekly allowance? I know. What is her weekly allowance if she ended with $12? Okay, let's see. Brianna, what did you write? Good job. So you might have it in a different format because you were thinking ahead. So some of you were thinking like 12 minus 4 already. It's the same equations, but you just did the next step. Okay, and that's okay. So half of her allowance playing mini golf, so x over 2. She also got $4 from washing the car, so plus 4.
127 up 12.
And then,
Oh,
yeah, that's a question mark. Okay, move that 4 over. You get 8, and then times it by 2. So x equals, what's my unit? Dollars. So she gets $16 as weekly allowance. Is that a lot or a little?
That's a lot.
that's little.
I don't get any.
I get 20.
I want to know like what's the standard now. Alright. So who thinks $16 is a lot for allowance, weekly allowance? Who thinks weekly? Yeah, this is weekly. Who thinks $16 is too little? Okay. And my second question: would you wash your parents' car for $4? Now, how many of your parents will tell you to wash your car and then not pay you? Yeah. Alright, so 16 weekly allowance, I think it's pretty a lot. Pretty high. Yeah, $64 a month. That's high. Okay. So I think we have a good grasp on this. I do want to go over just a couple more. We did these ones the other day. Remember how we always have these equations in y equals mx plus b form? I gave you guys like a short little intro to that. And then like some word problems, it may be, for example, let's say Mohini. She has a business. What business do you want? Anything. Car dealer. Okay. So let's say her hourly rate is $100 per hour. Whoa. And she has minimum pay of $5 each day. Yeah. Minimum pay. So each day you'll make $5. But if you actually not per hour, per car is a little, very little. Per hour? Okay. Let you be rich. So if that's the case, and I want to find out how much is her income, so Mohini, can you come up with your equation? Mohini, can you come up with your equation?
Equals 108.
Yeah.
Plus 5.
That's right. All right. That 5 is your minimum pay. So your standard, your minimum cost, your flat rate, your flat fee, and then this is your hourly rate. Yeah. Okay. So let me do another one. Let's say Brianna. Let's say you're tutoring. All right. You are gonna charge $10 to go to the person's house, to go to their house, and then you're gonna charge $5 per hour. My bad. It's a NN. $5 per hour tutoring. All right. Okay. How would you write your? You write the equation? Right. Okay. So remember that per part, the per hour part is always the this. Okay. So when you guys set up these type of questions, you will see these type of questions. So this, I could say, so this is like your rate of change, your per. Okay, and then this, the plus B, this is your flat rate, your minimum charge. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's how you set up your equations. So, yeah.
For like our next unit test, since there's gonna be graphing, is it gonna be online or like in?
Don't worry about that now. You have a test tomorrow. Okay, so now let's say I add on an extension to this question. Let's say Brianna, she got $100 for that month. She made $100. Okay, there's a lot of talking. You guys have a test tomorrow. Sophie, Rachel, good. So let's say she made $100. I want to find out how many hours does she work. Okay. Substitute what? For 100. Uh-huh. So that means you get 18. So that means to make that $100, she would have had to work 18 hours.
You get like 15 for library.
Okay. Okay. So, let me see what else did I want to go over. Oh, we didn't go over a fraction question. Oh, and rearrange variable. Okay, so let me do 2 more. Yeah. Okay, let's do a 2-in-1. Okay, so x over 2 plus y 2y over 3 equals 5. Okay, solve for y. Okay, so this one says solve for y. Right. So first off, I see fractions. I hate fractions. And then what am I going to do with that common denominator?
You multiply to each fraction.
Yeah, so in this case, I'm going to multiply everything by 6. Good job. So 6 times x divided by 2. So 3x. Good. 6 times 2 divided by 3. 4. Plus 4y. And then 6 times 5. 30. Okay. I have an x.
If you want to know what 4y is, you move the 3x to 30.
Good job.
So it's 4y equal 30 minus 3x.
Yeah. I just like to write it in this form, the x first, and then, yeah. And then last step. By 4. Yeah. So what's my final answer then?
Y equals negative 3x 4 minus 30 over 4.
Minus?
Plus, sorry.
30 over 4, but I can reduce that.
Yeah,
15 over 2. If you can reduce, make sure you reduce.
So you don't want the decimal. If you give us decimals, you use that decimal. Like if 30 divided by 4? Yes, 7.5. You don't want the decimal. Yeah, the decimal. How do you get the fraction? 15 over 2 is reduce it.
Yeah.
Oh,
If it's divisible, make sure you divide it. If it's not divisible, reduce it. If it's not reducible, then you leave it as a fraction. Right. One last one.
oh wow, mistake. I'm actually gonna miss being in your class next semester.
Thank you.
What's the time?
Negative 4.
Which one
Why?
do you want us to solve for?
You guys choose. Solve for x or solve for y? X?
Just do Y. Y is easier.
X. Solve for x.
So we need a common denominator.
Mm-hmm.
This is 10.
Good. So multiply everything by 10. All right. So I have a bracket right here. So what do I do with this bracket? Leave it. Right. So leave it and deal with the coefficients first. 3 times 10 divided by 2.
15x.
So 15 bracket x plus 1. Because I leave that bracket like this first. Okay. Next, 6 times 10 is divided by 5. 12. Minus 12x. Good job. equal negative 40y. Right.
Now we solve that. So 15x plus 15.
Good job. Then multiply it in. So then I get 15x plus 15 minus 12x equals negative 40y.
15 to the like terms.
Like terms first. Yes.
3x.
So these two goes together. 15x minus 12x is 3x plus 15 equal negative 40y.
Now you move the 15.
Now move the 15 over because I'm solving for x.
So it becomes minus 15.
So 3x equals negative 40y minus 15.
Now you move the negative 40y.
And this over 3. Okay, so my final answer, x equal. Perfect. Good job. So this doesn't divide, so I leave it. It's not divisible. And negative 15 over 3 is divisible. So I just reduce it down to 5. And there's your answer. Woohoo! Okay, so this is as hard as you'll see in terms of algebra question. An algebraic question. Okay, so for the rest of the class, you guys still have a good 20 minutes. It's all on Brightspace. You have these 6 more word problems that you could try. And also review 2 with the circled questions only. Okay, and answers are on the back. So lots of questions for you guys to practice tonight to prepare for the test tomorrow. Any question? Yep. Yep, it's all on Brightspace. Review 1, review 2.
You have to work with